So, hi guys, and welcome back to the Give. It's mid-March 2020, so it's been quite a while since I've actually put an episode in, but we're up to episode 4. Bike's been totally in bits, and as you can see, we're at the point where we're starting to rebuild again. It's always pretty good, a pretty good feeling when you get to that point. As you can see, there's a lot of work gone on with the bike. Just to reiterate, it's become now a ground up rebuild, which is no bad thing. Obviously my budget got shot in doing that, and we're still a way bit off in terms of paint work and an exhaust system that I want to get built, but we'll get there slowly, steadily. Some shout outs and thank you to people who've sort of been alongside me so far. Uncle Rob Green with helping out with a tiny bit of welding on one of the yokes, and also helping me get there with having the frame repainted. Good one on that one. Terry, well, for being there, a bit of moral support when I was ready to throw spanners through the windows. Tim at Twin Tech, who's actually rebuilt the engine and box for me. Bit more work than I wanted to have done on the engine, but again, it's been worthwhile. Tim's a really good guy. What he did do was at all times keep me appraised of the condition of the engine parts. He was taking it apart or reassembling it, and where things could have gone together without a problem, but we're very close to the tolerance. We talked about that. I've chose to have everything renewed, new bearings, clutch, blah de blah. So we'll probably do a separate video on that, but thanks for that one, Tim. And then lastly, but certainly not least, Andy Soupbone for getting me and the rest of the Jolly Boys our Jolly Boy beanie hats. So let's go through with what's going on with the bike. Not in any particular order, probably the closest would be a chronological order as I got things done. Firstly, the frame. So it's a rolling chassis. Not a great deal to be done. The main frame and cradle were fine, and then they were scruffy looking. So as I mentioned, Uncle Rob sorted us out with helping out to get the frame painted. If you can see it, if not, there are some separate pictures. He already had a chrome swing arm to go on back on the bike, so that's an option with that one. There was a tiny bit of welding on the lock stops on the bottom yokes, which again Uncle Rob helped me out with that one and had those painted. Front end has gone back together with new taper roller bearings in, as you would imagine. Swing arm, complete new bushes, and I've also gone for new shocks, and I've gone for Hagen shocks. Trusted make, in keeping with the character of the bike and the general aesthetic that I'm trying to achieve. Then we looked at wheels. Both wheels have been rebuilt back to standard size for a T140V. Had the hubs powder coated black. Also, when we put the wheel back together, I have fitted drilled discs just because I like the look of them, and hopefully they'll be a little bit more effective. The wheels have been rebuilt with stainless steel rims and stainless steel spokes, again for all the obvious reasons. And I've actually gone for a more modern tyre. I've gone for Michelin's. Yeah, one or two people have criticised that and said I should have gone for a copy Avon and things like that. My ride, my bike, my choice. Thank you. Forks have been completely rebuilt, new giblets in there, aluminium polished the fork legs, new stanchions in there, progressive rate springs, so-called no-leak seals. Let's hope that's a truism. Also on one of the fork legs I had to replace, I think it was the damping rod, I think is the correct term for it. It had been really mashed when someone had put it together. It was hard to describe how they'd done it. I think it had been put together with a 17-pound hammer of some type. Anyway, we had to source one, that's gone in, so effectively it's all new internals in the forks as well, which is, again, it's a good thing. As I mentioned earlier, Tim Hulley has done the engine work. I did some of the cosmetics and some of the polishing. All the main engine work's been done by Tim, also the gearbox and clutch. Lots of new bits gone in there, and lots of machining gone on there to adapt certain things. Again, I would have hoped that the engine was in better condition, and in fairness, it was okay but not good, and for this build it had to be you know, at least good, if not excellent. So that's been done. I'll probably put a separate list at the end of the engine work that's been done. It's going to just get a boring list if I sit here reciting them. The bike. So the aesthetics of the bike. Again, as you're aware, I'm going for the Hurricane look-alike, and as we're probably aware from previous ones and what you'll be seeing now as well, I got a body kit. The body kit just plonked on the frame, fine, looked okay, but when it come to actually fit it, there were quite a lot of issues. The mounting point, where it would mount to the suspension bolt, that had been cut away for some reason. The moulding itself wasn't good, it didn't seem particularly accurate. In fact, it didn't line up, to put it in simple terms. So that involved a fair bit of work, sort of cutting it, moving it back, actually putting about, I think we put about 10mm length in it where we cut it, refabbing that, fiberglassing it up. I also replaced the tabs with 4mm aluminium. I made some tabs up and we bonded them into it and glassed those in. I think that'll just give it a little bit more security and when it's fitted to the bike. The body kit itself now is away. It's away at rapier paint to be painted. I've got like a 12-week lead time on that one. So let's see what Clive comes up with on that one. We've talked about it. The design is broadly similar to a Hurricane, although a little bit of artistic license with that. And the colours, again, broadly the same, but we've gone for some candy options on that. So let's hope that one comes back as bright and sparkly as I hope it does. Other things that, you know, small things, but seem to take an inordinate amount of time. Making up a bracket for the ignition switch. Also altering some brackets for the speedo and the tacho. Brackets for the rear indicators, because on a Bonneville it would have mounted on the on a carrier rack. It's not going to go. There's not going to be one on this bike. It wouldn't work. So make up a bracket. This bracket, it's a prototype. It seems to work, so I'm going to redo that in stainless. Front mudguard, aluminium, polished one, a shorty one, just because I like the look of it. Also refurb the oil cooler or oil radiator. Again, not strictly necessary in a Bonneville, I don't think, but it came with a bike, so I had one, so why not reuse it? And again, it'll kind of mimic the Hurricane style to have it on. I don't think there's a particularly an oil cooling problem with Bonnevilles, but it's going to give, I don't know how much more capacity, but there's going to be a little bit more oil capacity from that. So, next steps. Well, first step, I think, is to get the electrics in. I have got the loom. Electrics aren't my strong point. I'll do what I can do. If it works, if I can get it to work, great. If not, I'll have to bring somebody in with a little bit of expert knowledge just to help me out a little bit on that one. Then from that, Tim is going to come through and, well, set up the engine, finish off a little bit of the engine work. We deliberately left it unfinished. Tim wants to set the clutch up and also wants to get the bike running, wants to see, well, see if it runs correctly. You know, Tim puts his name to these engines, so, you know, it's understandable that he wants to see the engine running for the first time to make sure he's done a good job as well. So at that feel-good stage of the project where you're actually sort of building things, putting things back together, it always feels good when you get to that stage, because sometimes you can get in the doldrums, you know, it feels like you're never going to get things finished, but actually realistically not that far away. Again, paintwork to come back, exhaust system to be built, but again that'll take time, most of it'll take money, so I could do the cash injection on that one. So what I'll do, I'll take a couple more static shots of various parts of the bike that I think you might find interesting or see in a little bit more detail. I'll put those in at the very end of the video. The next episode will be the bike running, hopefully running and riding. Might not have the final version. I might have to sort of bodge a tank and seat together till the seat unit comes back. So thanks for watching this episode. As I always say, the things you've seen me do on the videos, that's my way of doing it. I'm not saying it's the best way. You may have a better way. If you have, please do it that way. Quickly, safe miles to everyone out there. We're nearly at the start of the riding season in the UK. So hopefully see you in the next video, and bye for now.
Yes, it's over. How'd you like it?
I don't know. I slept through the whole thing.
Well, you didn't miss much.